Hey everybody, it's Ryan Mosier back with the More podcast. I'm so excited to introduce you to Joe Money and Nicholas Manus. How you guys doing?
What's
What's
going on,
up?
man? How's everybody's week been?
Fucking amazing, truly. Honestly, I'm doing well, and a whole bunch of new creative ideas coming and stuff. But first and foremost, I gotta say, feels good to be back with you guys. I'm so excited to do this episode with us three again, and because it's been at least 3 weeks, and now we can kind of bring it all back together.
Let's get back to the
Absolutely.
basics.
Yes. The foundation.
But how about you, Joe? How's your week been since you asked?
So my week has honestly been great. I've been getting back into journaling, and writing a lot more stuff down. Since I've been doing it this week, I found out it really helped me to research something. So I want to try Tai Chi.
Nice.
So I, went on the computer and did a whole fucking research thing about it, right? Like all the benefits and like what it does and stuff. So Tai
Hey,
Chi helps. What's up?
in today's day and age, you're basically certified already.
Yeah, basically
Straight
right after
up.
you hear this, people are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, he's him."
He's him, yeah.
Tai Chi helps reduce stress and anxiety and helps increase flexibility and balance, which I am a large human being. If I could become super flexible, you know what I mean? Like that alone is just dangerous. So,
Hell yeah.
another thing that Tai Chi does is strengthens both the lower and upper extremities. So, like your muscles up here and like your lower leg muscles, like your quads and the calves, and
Yeah.
all them bad boys down there. And like some of the stuff, like it does that's good for you. Improves your mood, improves your aerobic capacity, increases your energy and stamina, improve muscle strength and definition, which I don't know if I need that already because
you're,
I'm absolutely
you're a jackass.
huge.
But no,
But
through what moves, like what kind of specific moves do you do in the Tai Chi?
so Tai Chi is like a old Chinese like self defense meditation,
Nice.
like in motion. So like every move you're coming to, like in like a fighting or defensive position, you're doing as slowly as you possibly can. So your
Oh, cool.
muscles it works your muscle memory up. And so for example, how there's some people that throw a punch and you can be like and just snatch them all up all crazy.
Yeah.
That's Tai Chi, you know what I mean? That's from slowly just
And
doing just simple stuff like that, you know what I mean?
have you done Tai Chi yet? Have you practiced it yet, or just done some research about it?
So I've done some research about it, and tomorrow morning, me, Nick, and Logan at 5 a.m. are going to Smathers Beach, and we're gonna do Tai Chi.
Dude, that's
Yes.
incredible. I'm so excited for that. Are you just gonna look up a YouTube video, or how are you gonna be instructed on how to
You
do
know,
Tai Chi?
I was kind of thinking we go there, and then we lay our blankets or whatever down, and I think we should all start off with a great stretch.
Yeah,
Something that just wakes our muscles up and
Maybe
everything
I'll
like that.
uh I'll lead us in some yoga before the Tai Chi.
nice. That's dope.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to,
I think we're
try that.
gonna
That's something new.
I think we're gonna add a little cold plunge too. Just jump in the ocean. I don't know how cold it's gonna be because we live in Key West and the ocean's pretty warm even during the winter, honestly. So, yeah, just gonna get in the water really early in the morning to see the sunrise.
Dude, that's gonna be so incredible. It's gonna recharge your body, physically, not only to try something new, jump in the ocean, but getting up at 5 a.m. and rising with the sun, I think is gonna be huge for you. But before we get too far, Joe, have you seen the movie Hot Rod?
Bits and pieces. I haven't seen it in a
So
very, very long time.
So there's this part where he's getting ready for the big jump. He's going to jump 13 and a half buses, right?
Okay.
On his moped. And
Mhm.
and so to get ready for it, he goes to this lake and he's doing Tai Chi with the girl in the group. And they're
Mhm.
doing Tai Chi real slow, and they're practicing, and he's like he's the girl's somehow she's a Tai Chi master or whatever, and he goes, so is it true that there's a move you can do that makes someone instantly shit their pants. She's like, you you wouldn't want me to teach you that move because then I would have to do it to you. And he's like, are you sure? I really want to try it. And I know I'm butchering the actual dialogue, but long story short, she ends up doing it to him and she's like, hi, hi, ha, hoo, ha. And then he's like, and then she's like, do you need to go home and change your pants or something like that? And he's like, no, it didn't work. But I do think it's time to get out of here because he definitely just and then he gets on his moped all fucked up. But anyway, that's just what I thought of when you
before you
mentioned
started talking about like the dialogue and her teaching him the Tai Chi. I was thinking about how like you said, okay, he's going to do the big jump, right? So it's kind of funny how in movies, like at the end, like the hero, like the guy who's gonna risk it all, do the big thing, right before that has some type of sensual experience with a female. You know what I mean? Like she gives him a kiss and she's like, you can do this. He's like, I got it. I can do this.
Literally all movie he's been trying to get with the girl, and then finally at the peak of the big jump.
Right when everything's coming down during the big jump too, he just sees her in the crowd and he just winks or smiles and he's like, back into it, and then just that much.
But no,
that's so Ryan.
He crashes
Ryan
so hard. He crashes viciously and like almost dies. And then her kiss like wakes him up actually. So there's that.
Dude, Ryan, you're so that type. I could just see you be just like just run on your moped, man.
Like in Ghost Rider, how they're riding the ramps and then going through the holes of fire.
I don't think I've ever seen Ghost Rider. Is that a Nicolas Cage movie?
It is a Nicolas Cage movie.
And do you ever see his face, or is he always just got a flaming head?
Well, it's a skull that's on fire.
That's a head.
But yeah, you do see the flesh and skin on his face. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and then Nicolas Cage, man, what an actor. What an actor. He's got like a new movie about himself where he just plays himself.
Nicolas Cage, right? And then there's that scene at the end of the fucking trailer when they're jumping over the wall. And then the guy's like, oh, right here. You can just walk around it. I'm like, bro. 2 feet away.
So, okay. We covered Tai Chi. Anything else on the subject, my friend? All right. I guess we'll keep moving right on.
I'm very excited to like, so during yoga, like you carry your breath through your movements, and so I'm assuming the same applies to Tai Chi, just like the whole flow of everything, just being in the flow state and the synchronicity of like just the energy field. So I'm very excited to just experience that. I'm just gonna let Joe lead it. It's gonna be cool because like I can use what I use and learn in my spiritual practices, and then he can use his, and then we put them together. And then there's Logan, just that good energy.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's gonna be a great time.
Joe, you should really look up like a Tai Chi flow and just write down some of the things that you learn or you see or whatever. And this is tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Yes.
Damn, boys, y'all better fucking get to bed.
Honestly, like I do not need 8 hours of sleep, and I know that especially Ryan, we've gone many nights where we just do 2 or 3 hours, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like at the, when we party and shit like that. But no, honestly, like I can survive off of like 5 or 6 hours. I don't need to get like and the thing is, I feel like it's different for everybody. Obviously, like we're all different. So when they say like get 8 hours, when I get 8 hours of sleep or more, I feel like I wake up and I'm like, like I feel like if I get 6 hours of sleep, 6.5, I wake up and I'm like, wow, I'm ready to take on the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if I sleep too long, then it's like my body just really leans into it and I don't want to get out of bed. I'll just sit there and lay there. You know what's really interesting actually is I was listening to a podcast with the Liver King and Bert Kreischer, and he's like, the Liver King said, my bed's uncomfortable as fuck. It's literally just a pallet of wood and like 3 blankets. And he's like, because I don't want to just sit in it. Like as soon as I wake up, I get out of that bitch because it's uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So, it's manageable. And also, as humans have evolved, we're not meant to be sleeping on huge fucking padded, mattresses. Can you imagine what that's doing to our spines, our body, and stuff like that? Yeah, the science has gotten good, and obviously they know what they're doing when they make mattresses. But really, like humans, like we started off sleeping on like fucking rock. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Well,
Well, the thing is, though, like, think about it. It's like, I mean, at some point or another, there was a caveman who was like, God, I'm sick of sleeping on this hard ass rock. Who's got some grass to lay on or something, you know? And then this
Yeah,
guy
right.
just
Some
comes with
dirt.
all this cotton that he just got off the sheep, and he's like, Here, try this. I call this a pillow. And then,
Yeah,
you know,
right. And it's
and he's like, This shit sucks. I hate it. I want my rock again.
I
Oh,
want
my
my
rock
rock
again.
again. But no, so yeah, I don't remember how we got there, but yeah, just me and Selena actually tried it. We laid down fucking we slept on our floor for 2 nights, and we laid down a ton of blankets and rugs and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, it wasn't unbearable. You know, it wasn't that bad. But the thing is we had just we still have them. We have 2 cats in our house right now that we're being paid to watch. And so, dude, they're nightmare cats is what we call them. By day, dude, they just stay under the bed. They're fucking, who knows what they're doing under there. And by night, as soon as sunfall, dude, they start coming out and they fuck with everything, dude. I mean, they knock shit over. They are just nightmare cats. I don't know how else to explain it. They're fucking terrible cats.
Dude, cats suck.
Dude, cats fucking suck, man.
Dude,
All right, no, I have to sit here and defend the cat community because cats do not suck.
Cats suck, dude. Cats
No.
are the biggest assholes ever.
Honestly,
bro.
I've walked into many houses before. Every time I walk in a house and there's an animal that's being an asshole, it's either the human that owns the house or the dog.
No, bro.
Never the
dogs are
cat.
goat, man. Dude,
No.
cats are assholes. They'll walk in front of you and purposely knock your drink over. Just
Seriously, it's like these are nightmare cats that we're dealing with. Anyway, so we're sleeping on the ground, and these nightmare cats, they're running and jumping over us. They're fucking, you know how they like to claw shit for no reason. I'm sure there's a reason, but they just claw shit, and so it's making that noise. Anyway, I don't know. So we just lock them in the living room, and we stay in our room, and we let them destroy our living room.
Dude.
But they've been here for 2 weeks.
Have you like had to? I mean, you got litter boxes in there. They using them at least.
They
you know,
are
going
they
to
are
the bathroom appropriately,
That's so
responsibly,
caca.
not on the couch.
not on the.
Dude,
Not,
cats
if I owned a couch.
suck.
Oh yeah, or true.
But no, they're going in the litter box, and then even cleaning that thing's fucking wild. You know what I mean? You got to get personal with it. With a dog, you know what I mean? Just put
It's
it in
just
a
a
bag.
quick bag over the hand.
Yeah, with this, you're scooping and sifting. You know what I'm saying? It's insane, bro.
Sifting.
It's insane.
Hey,
Yeah,
really quick, back to the sleeping on the floor thing. Like, honestly, now that I think about it, there are times when you wake up in the morning and there aren't beds or aren't couches and you are on the floor and it hits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this floor is feeling nice right now.
Cuddle
you know?
puddles
shit,
all day, buddy.
Yeah,
in my-
Joe's got a hardwood cuddle puddle on our hardwood floor in our kitchen. You know,
Nice. In my
I'm
youth,
there
I mean,
every
I
day.
would fall asleep under pool tables, fucking in the most outrageous places, and
I've seen it.
I lived.
I've seen
Here I am
him.
today. Yeah, he's seen me just curled up in a ball,
It was under a pong table, and they were running a tournament, and everybody was still around it.
Right? They're playing boom, just spilling drinks everywhere, and it's
Drink
raining
hitting
pretty
you in the
hard out
face.
there. Yeah. Go ahead, Joe. Did you have anything else written down? Just because I had a topic that I was going to transition into, and it was, so what's going on with Kanye? Does anybody know what the fuck's going on with Kanye? What is going on?
Dude, I saw like Jaylen Brown. The only thing I saw that I was really like in tune with, because I don't really care about the noise really, but Jaylen Brown and some other athlete, Aaron Donald, came out and they came out with these whole statements that were like, because of something,
Well,
we're
they
leaving.
were signed. Yeah,
to
they were
Ye,
signed to
or
his.
Jesus.
They were signed to his like he had like a Ye Sports, a label, and then
For sure.
like Adidas dropped him. Everywhere dropped him. Like the whole world is crashing down on Kanye, and apparently for some like anti-Semitic comments. Okay, do we know what that means?
I do. Do you think this is all his ego? Like, I wonder if this is like
No,
his
I'm
ego
on
taking
Kanye.
over, or if it's like.
No, Kanye is very just like, he's one of them people that like, he goes through God. He truly believes in God, and he's like, and he can't make all the decisions when it comes to his kids. So it kills him every day. So like when it comes to business or financial situations,
Oh,
He is very like, I want this, and if it's not this, I don't fucking want it.
No,
You
no,
know what
no.
I mean?
I wasn't saying "oh" to you because I don't really agree with you. I looked up the
What?
definition of anti. I looked up the definition of anti-Semitic, and it's hostile or prejudice against Jewish people. So he basically said, fuck, I'm not gonna repeat it.
Well,
But
yeah, it's probably something along the lines of like Jewish people don't think that Jesus is the son of God, and like it just doesn't align with his
I have
religious
no
beliefs, and
clue.
then it doesn't align with his religious beliefs, and so he slanders it and cuts it down, and then anti-Semitic behavior.
I understand, but I stand with Kanye. I love Kanye, and I think, I mean, dude,
I
no,
stand
what
with
the fuck?
Kanye.
No, seriously,
Damn.
wait, hold on. I understand, like, you can't be openly racist to people. That's bad. But I don't even know exactly what he said, but also it's like,
You don't even know, bro. He's just trying to stand with Kanye.
no, I don't know, but it's like,
It's
how are,
okay. He's wrong.
no,
It's all right. It's all right. It's all
no,
good.
how are you gonna take them off of Twitter and Instagram and completely silence somebody just for saying words? And how are you going to completely like how
Well,
Adidas drops them, all these places drops them and stuff like
Well,
that?
now there's a difference between like taking him off of social medias and like taking his voice away, and like if you're a business partner, not doing business with him anymore because of the image that he's portraying. If people don't want to be associated with someone because of what they're doing, then they are completely entitled to pull out of business things with them. If you went out, if I was doing stuff with you and you went out and just punched some girl in the face for no reason, I'm probably not gonna fuck with you anymore because that's weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's I don't know. I think Kanye is gonna come out on top or dead. That's what I
Let's
think is gonna happen.
yeah, Pete Davidson will kill him. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, right. I'm surprised Pete Davidson is actually not dead yet because Kanye, like,
Bro,
obviously it would be what?
he's with dude when you're even if he's not with Kim, if you're with the Kardashians, like the amount of power they probably have and influence, like he's protected.
You don't think Kanye has more power and influence than the Kardashians?
No, I don't. I do not. In
Let's
this day and age, at this point in time, no way. Not even close.
Dude. Okay.
Maybe when he
Yeezys.
maybe when he
Everybody wear
I've
Yeezys.
never wore a piece. I've never wore a piece of Yeezy clothing in my life, and when I see Yeezy out, it's very rare that I see people wearing it. Honestly,
No.
no, I'm not even trying to hate. Like
dude, it's not even the clothes that bring him all the
it's not
money,
just the,
dude.
yeah, dude, Kim and
And
all
he's a
them.
music legend, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
he's a
like,
music legend.
Go
so
ahead and
obviously
Go ahead and look up Kim
I did.
Kardashian's net
I
worth and
did.
look up Kanye
I
West's net
did.
worth.
I did. Kanye
And
West
some
1.3 billion, and
no,
then
is that it's what his net worth is 1.3 billion.
yes, he's a
yeah,
billionaire, bro.
and Kim Kardashian is 2 billion.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
2 billion in what
I
time
thought
frame? One
I
point
thought
three?
Kanye went
1.3.
bankrupt a long time ago. It's crazy to
Oh wow.
think that he's a
Well, no,
billionaire.
the thing is that through all of this, like, basically, yeah, I don't even know. Anyway, what is happening to Kanye?
Well, and I'd like to correct myself. I want to correct myself really quick. I said net worth and bankruptcy. I don't think have anything to go together because like bankruptcy is I forget the difference. Anyways, moving forward,
Yeah,
net worth is all the stuff you own. You know what I mean? Like your whole
right.
like everything I know.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Hashtag stand with Kanye. And you guys can get those shirts on our website.
So this is what I want to talk about. So who's the next GOAT? And I say that like NFL, NBA, like who is the next GOAT of the NBA? When LeBron James ends up retiring, who is going to be the GOAT?
I'll give you 3 different people. All right. Zion Williamson, Luka Doncic, or Giannis. One of those 3. Immediately, okay, first of all, Giannis is right now he's the best player in the NBA. Right now, he's the best. But I do long term, like when LeBron, well, I don't know. Well, no one's gonna be greater than him. Like you know what I mean?
I do. I know who it'll be.
I know exactly what he's gonna say.
Junior.
Oh no, I thought he was gonna say John Morant.
Honestly,
no.
I think it might be Steph Curry.
Well, what are you exactly
Curry's already
asking?
old and done.
Are you
He's already old and done.
you're asking great, or are you asking better than
it's like
all time or in the future?
It's like you know how people are like Michael Jordan's a GOAT, and then the other person in argument as a GOAT was LeBron James. Like, who's gonna be that top argument with LeBron, Kobe?
It would be Zion.
I bet.
But I think Zion, because Luka don't play defense, but I don't think Zion really plays defense either.
I bet the correct answer will be no one. The league ends when LeBron James retires.
Probably. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like, they do need to find. Like, I think Zion is their hope, because if you think about, like, you gotta think market wise, right? Like, the NBA needs to make money, right? And so, like, the NFL is so good at like marketing players. Like, there's so many stars, right? Like, all these quarterbacks, all these players, they're stars, you know. And so, like, when LeBron's not playing in the finals, the ratings drop down insane amounts. Same thing with Steph Curry, right? So it was like Magic and Larry, and then after Magic and Larry, you had Jordan, and then after Jordan, you had Shaq and Kobe, and then Tim Duncan. But Tim Duncan, like, he was really good, but is Tim Duncan like, he's not like flashy, you know what I mean? Like Kobe, LeBron. He's like real, like, you know what I mean? But that's his style, though. You know what I mean? But he's still
the best textbook player, bro. Mr. Fundamentals is what they call him, actually.
And so Kobe and Shaq, let's just throw Tim Duncan and the Spurs in there, and then it went LeBron, and then Steph. You know what I mean? And then I think after Steph, it's gonna be Zion. I think that you don't just come in to your first game, regardless of how bad the Nets are, against Kevin Durant and drop almost 30 points in your first game. You know what I mean? And win. Like, he's really the truth if he stays healthy, and I hope he does. And here's the thing, man. Like, I want to see people be great. You know what I mean? Like, Zion seems like he's like, he doesn't do anything bad in the world. You know what I mean? It seems like he's a good guy. He's like plays he plays when he can. You know what I mean? So it's like, I want him to be great. You know what I mean? I want to see good players play against each other.
Yeah, man. And I mean, I see what you're saying about Zion. I mean, if he can really get like that, I think if he wins a title within this year or next year, I think he would be in the talks. Like, this boy's rising up.
I think if Zion's healthy, he wins his first title in 5 years.
That's a long time.
Because it took Giannis a while, but look at Giannis.
It took LeBron a while too. Honestly.
It did. But once they win one, they start winning.
Yeah, facts.
Now, Ryan, with the hockey report.
The Islanders beat their rivals, the New York Rangers, 3-0. They shut them out last night. It was fucking awesome. I absolutely loved watching that happen. And I went to the Islanders game recently. I went recently on like a Wednesday or something. And dude, the tickets that I bought, I paid like $75. I thought we were going to be, maybe few rows back, whatever. Dude, we're fucking 7 rows from the ice, dude. It was sick. And we get down there, all the players are warming up. I got 2 ice cold Coors Lights in my hands. I'm with my beautiful woman. Dude, it was awesome. And we took photos and stuff like that. It was great. And then we sit down, and the 2 gentlemen in front of us, old fellows, they were great. They were so fun. I was clowning around with them, fucking giving them wet willies. They're like, hey, what the fuck? No, I'm kidding. That didn't happen. But no,
I doubt it did.
They were super cool, and it was fun to just be in a good energy environment. I was off, a little bit of shit, but I was having fun. And the Isles ended up losing 3-2 when I saw them in person, but that's okay. I'm going to see them again, and they're going to win. But
nice.
I was involved in a scavenger hunt in Key West, but I didn't search for anything. I was just in my team because it was like my gym who ran it, and then the people who work at my gym and own my gym, I was just on their team. And all we did was like just ride around the golf cart, and like people would come up and take pictures of us because we were like the hype team, you know what I mean? But we weren't really doing any hyping. They were just kind of going around the bars and drinking, and I was just kind of there, like, But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. We dressed up as because what's going on right now in Key West is Fantasy Fest. For people who don't live down here or don't know what that is, it's a festival where people all week, there's a theme, and so there is it's called Cartoon Cults and Classics, or however you say that. And really the main attraction is that everyone gets naked and paints their body naked, and everyone's walking around the streets naked. Literally nothing on whatsoever. And so we were not naked for the scavenger hunt, but we were like caddies. The girls were golfers. So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of
So
fun.
were you guys like part of the scavenger hunt? Like it was like go find a picture with these people and take a photo with them?
Yeah, I think that was one of the that was one thing because they did mention like, hey, make sure you find the hype team and take a picture with them at the
Oh,
beginning.
okay.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But yeah,
That makes sense then. That makes sense. So you weren't doing any searching because you were wanting to be found.
yeah, right, literally, yeah.
You were needed to be found.
Yeah, we were just taking around this little golf ball and this little plastic cup and a golf club everywhere and just, going crazy. Like we would just drop it down in public places, just hit it in the cup and just go crazy. Like, oh my God, hole in one, hole in one. Yeah,
I like that.
it was a lot of fun.
Guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about vibration and frequency. So we know Nikola Tesla basically said that everything on this realm is a product of the golden ratio 369, 3 energy, 6 frequency, and 9 vibration, right? And I wanted to talk about vibration and frequency, and that's and those are 2 of the 3. Well, I guess, and that creates energy. You see, it's the golden ratio. They all need each other to be one. But what kind of power that has in music? So how music can basically dictate your vibration, your frequency, and your energy. You understand? And how important in different situations it can be. Like think about this. In scary movies, they use the suspenseful background music, and your subconscious, your body knows, oh my, like this is the part that's spooky, this is the scary part.
Yep.
During like I'm trying to think of other examples where
Well,
music is really a
I
factor.
think, dude, festivals. The vibration you feel, and I don't know the difference between like real vibration and artificial vibration, if there is a difference, which I'm sure there is different layers to different vibrations. You know what I'm saying? But at Lost Lands, being on that rail under the psychedelic substance you are, with that giant bass vibration and all the sounds and the presence and the spirituality aspect to it, like that is why I believe that all of those little magical, mystical manifestations happen during the festival. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's so beautiful to see. But no, and you feel that too, just like feeling that bass and like the whole. And the thing is, like people think vibration is just right, but this is vibration, right? Like this is a vibration. Me just moving is vibrating, right? So
back on that was the example leading into my point, but I hear what you're saying, and that totally rings true with what I'm getting into. That music makes you feel good. You feel at home in that space. It warms your heart and your body. So like I've had experiences where music can totally dictate my like whole mood. Like, you know what I mean? If like people are playing like music that my spirit, my body just doesn't vibe with, it just doesn't connect to, then it's like it's almost like having a spiritual straitjacket on, and you know what I mean, you can't move it. Like
yeah.
it overcomes my entire body, and it just kind of like, and I only say this because growing up, like, you know what I mean, like I was always on the aux cord at parties. I brought my own fucking boombox speaker that everyone knew I was always going to bring to play my own music, because I got to enjoy my own vibe, and everyone else got to take a step into my world. You know what I mean? And so like, I guess throughout my life, I always, like my youth, I was always able to control the vibe and through the music. And now, you know what I mean? Obviously I can't be a fucking freak about it. Be like, no, I'm playing the music. I got the music. You know what I mean? Like fucking fight for it.
But the thing is, I think that like honestly, like it's kind of established that you had the aux. Like sometimes like I already know who wants the aux, you know what I mean? And so like I just give it, because here's the thing.
Well, that's
If
between
someone
you and I, yeah. But in like public, or out in not in public, but in like around other people I'm not best friends with,
Right.
Go ahead with your point.
I just feel like when I'm on the aux, I think it's really annoying when people are just like, let me play this, let me play this, let me play this. And it's like, especially if like, all right, for example, if I'm playing like EDM music or something and everybody's just vibing to it or whatever, somebody's like, all right, let me see that. And they play some super sad shit, it's like everybody looks at me for killing the vibe now, you know what I mean? And
no, that's true. That's definitely true. And as like I mentioned before, being someone who played all the music at parties, like obviously people would constantly ask to play music. And I think there's a space for that. You know what I mean? Because also, obviously, you don't want them to ruin the vibe, but also, allowing other people to be heard through their music is important too. I guess,
I think there's a difference between like, okay, like let's say you're having a conversation with someone and you're talking about music, right? Um, like it's like, oh my gosh, I think you would love this song. If you want to play that, play it. You know what I mean? But to go up to someone, especially right when they put the aux in, and just be like, oh, play this song, play this song, play a song, please play a song. Like, oh,
yeah, right.
and then you play a song, and then you play the song they played, and then you play another song, and then right after they're like, oh, we gotta play another one, gotta play, dude. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
you
like, bro,
gotta. I
chill.
almost like when people ask that. I just want to be like, dude, let him play what he wants. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
because
let
you
him
have
carry
to,
the vibration.
yeah,
You are by asking already conflicting with the energy, and like you're just gonna create a weird vibration. It's like an awkwardness. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's fuck, it was right on the tip of my tongue. But when people ask me, I almost want to look at them and go, nah.
Yeah.
But but no.
Maybe next time.
Oh shit!
But I think,
Who
yeah.
played that? Who played that? It was me.
No, but really though, you're on
You
the
have
aux,
to
and then you play that song, and you're like, really? This is what they picked?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is what you begged me to play.
When
Yeah.
you're trying to develop when you're trying to develop a foundation of the vibration, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm a poet, I didn't even know it. but
Oh,
but
this
no,
man is on the rhyming route.
no. I just think it's music is so powerful in certain many different aspects, and I think to me, I'm really sensitive to it. You know what I mean?
I agree. I think that honestly, like 70% of my life, 80% of my life, especially right now, I'm listening to music. I wake up. I don't listen to music right when I wake up in the morning, but once I'm starting making my breakfast, once I ride my bike to work, once I'm at work, I'm either listening to a podcast or music. That thing is in my ear and that is going off. You know what I mean? When I'm at lunch, when I'm, doing
But
homework, it's just like, or if it's just like someone else is playing music, there's always music going on.
right, but I mean, you did mention in more growth how important silence can be, and to give yourself that space to get to really be with yourself
Absolutely.
and your thoughts.
And that's why I think it is like music, as amazing as it is, duality, right? Like for as good
Yeah,
as it is, it's bad. So it's like people are so, and I'm a victim of this as well sometimes. You know what I mean? I have to catch myself, like if I put it in and I'm just like, all right, maybe I should just take it out, just no technology, no earbuds, no nothing, and
experience
just
life.
be here, right? Just like, and just think about the sensations going on around you.
Yeah. Fuck. Oh, but yeah, no, that's why the float tanks are incredible. You know what I mean? You're in like pure silence. You guys experienced it for up to 60 minutes. Like nobody sets
Yeah.
aside that kind of time for themselves to be alone with their thoughts and be alone with themselves and to really untangle all of the stuff we're constantly pushing down, you know what I mean? Or suppressing and
Right.
not letting ourselves work through.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's why I absolutely love the float tank. That it has been a huge difference for me in my life.
Yeah, I wish there was one accessible down here because I would be in
Yeah.
that thing. You know what I mean? I really just love experimenting with different forms of like meditation and mindfulness. And like when we came and did that, that was amazing. I felt like I was gonna puke a little with 5 minutes remaining, but I came out good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel you, Nick. I started to feel nauseous at the end too.
I'm like,
Was
all
it like
right.
was it a motion kind of thing, or was
Yeah,
it?
yeah, I was kind of doing it to myself because like I was laying there and I'm like, how can I make this fun? So I just literally with the gentlest touch I could possibly touch the wall, I just tapped it like my whole body shifts. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wow.
So, but
And then
when
I
that,
did it again, and then I started doing my toes and my head, and like I'm just like moving around, and then I think my stomach was like, oh. I'm like, oh.
you played yourself, but no. Some people have that motion sickness type of thing, and really, what's important is to just ground yourself with just putting your foot up on the thing, or like your arm, or just like really understanding where you are in the tank because it is pitch black and
Mhm.
there's no sound. So
Yeah, I definitely need to get my sea legs. You know what I'm saying? I remember back in the day, I'd go charter fishing with my family. It's a little too wavy out there, and oh man, stomach starts grumbling, and all of a sudden I'm catching perch and throwing up all at the
Dude,
same time.
dude, do you guys remember? Oh my God. So for seventh grade, remember that year we did all that fun shit? Like, Joe, remember we watched a video on all of the stuff we
Mhm.
did in seventh grade. Anyway, if you accomplished something, if you did something right, I don't remember what it was, but I barely made the cut. You got to go fishing with I think the vice principal of the school. So and
Mr. Coles, who is it? Mr. Deals?
Mr.
Mr.
Deals.
Deals.
Yes. So dude, the first day they take out a batch of kids, right, to go fishing with Mr. Deals. I'm in the second group. So the second group, the next day goes. And the first day, sunshine, it's great. They have a great time. There's photos of them catching fish and just fucking posing with them and stuff like that. We're in seventh grade. The next day, it's fucking raining, and the waves out there are everywhere. I mean, they're big fucking massive waves. And before you know, they're like, I guess we can still go out for a little bit.
Oh,
We go out, it gets worse. And so now you have a bunch of seventh graders strapping on their life jackets. We're out in the middle of the Lake Erie. There's fucking girls, kids, boys puking everywhere off the side of the rails, just in their own hands, not knowing what to do with it. Like, it's a nightmare. This is a nightmare. And I remember, I'm not even going to name who this was just because it's hilarious, but I remember one girl just in the corner puking and just crying. Dude, you gotta think.
You have to say it now. You have to.
No, I don't. You gotta think.
God.
We were expecting a nice warm day. It's cold. The wind's blowing. We're in t-shirts and shorts with our life jackets, and people are like crying and just puking out all over themselves. And I remember there were no fish caught that day, and dude, like we got back and it was just terror. I mean, it was just a fucking scene, bro. But good gravy. That's basically what the story I had on seasickness and motion sickness. But back to what you were saying, Nick, about what you're listening to constantly 80% of the time. I'm always listening to podcasts, and then like sometimes I'll put on some music, but nowadays, just because I'm at this place where every single song that I hear has an emotional attachment to, I just go on YouTube and search up Trippie Redd unreleased songs, Juice WRLD unreleased songs. So then it's like songs I've never heard before. I'm like, oh shit, this is a vibe.
honestly, I'm victim of listening to the same songs over and over and over again. But the thing is, like, I find like patches of songs at a time. So like, if I'm really into like 5 songs, I'll binge them, and then somehow I'll just find another few songs. So right now, I'm binging lots of Excision, lots of Sullivan King. There's this song called G Shit. Joe Money showed me that is absolutely just makes me want to just go crazy. And then and what else? Oh, Ground Shake. That's a nice one by Crank That and Bandit. That's fire.
Yeah,
Sullivan King Alone. It's amazing.
So I would like to touch on something that I want to hear your guys' opinions about.
Nah.
Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate has obviously been a guy that everybody hates. But like, why do they hate
Not
him?
everybody.
Right. Not everybody, but why do the ones that hate him hate him? I don't believe he's
It's because it's the way that he's coming off, but he knows he's coming off this way. And because he's so confident in what he's saying, people get mad that someone can just get on and say stuff that really, I mean, I haven't heard anything that he said that's like, that's weird. You know what I mean? Honestly, when I listen to him talk, it's not what he's saying I think is wrong, but it's how he's coming off. You know what I mean? People think it's like egotistical and stuff, but
and
he's
that's
just
the
like,
thing. Like when somebody's confident and successful and just like doesn't let other people's opinion affect them, they're like, what the hell? I shouldn't have to live in fear because he does, or just because, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't live in fear and people do. And so they're like, well, what the hell? You should have to be anxious and care what people think just like me. You know, what the hell? People are just fucking pussies.
Instead of saying like the thing is when people don't realize like he is saying like people think that he's saying that they have to be him. You know what I mean? That they
Right.
have to believe his ideals. He doesn't care of like what other people are doing in their lives or making decisions. He's just caring about the direct impact that he's making on people in his life right now. And
He's
he's just being himself. He's just standing on like okay, if I want to dress up like a hippie and go to a festival and take psychedelics and like dance all weird, I'm gonna do that because it makes me feel good. Just like if he wants to drive nice cars and have sex with a lot of girls and like make a lot of money and be that masculine dude, like that's fine. You know what I mean? You don't have to associate yourself with that. People think that like when they see something, oh, I have to associate myself with that, or I have to. You don't. You can do you and just let him do him. You know, and just leave it.
yeah. And he's also, if you really think about it, like he's spitting free game. You know, like as crazy as it sounds, like he's like telling you, like, you know, me personally, I don't believe depression or whatever is real. That part I disagree with because I do believe that people really go through it in their minds because they're not
Right.
everybody is hip to just like, you know, going to a festival or like, you know, finding their higher self or anything like that. People are just like when they're depressed, they're depressed.
Yeah,
Let me
but
get the antidepressants because that's what the doctor's telling me I need. When
right.
realistically, all you need is just a weekend out or something like that
Exactly,
too.
because if the doctors never made up the term depression, people would just be like, I'm not feeling that great. You know what I mean? They wouldn't be like, oh, I'm clinically prescribed to have depression. And now it's in your head that, oh, I'm a depressed person. You identify with that. But if that was never created and they didn't have something to sell you, then that would never be a thing. You would just feel bad, but
Mhm.
you wouldn't identify with that feeling. Now people are so like, I've been prescribed anxiety, or I've been what is it called when the
No,
doctor.
and then they manifest that, and then it makes them
Yeah,
more anxious and more depressed, and then they take
Diagnose.
more
They're
I've
meds.
diagnosed.
yeah, I've been diagnosed clinically from a doctor with depression, anxiety, and all these stuff. And I'm not saying people out there don't suffer from this stuff. They do, because now it's become their reality. They've been told that they suffer from that, and now they're like, oh, like every little thing that happens, they're like, oh, like that's because of my anxiety and my depression. You know what I mean? And they just
It's a
fall
sca-
into this
It's kind of like a scapegoat. You know what I mean?
something, yeah, something to put all the blame on.
Yep, yep.
Well,
Um,
as crazy as it sounds, like I've like in high school or anything like that, if you would have asked me if I had anxiety, I would have told you no. But I look back and I realize moments I've had anxiety, but I didn't really know what anxiety was, and nor you know what I mean. But I just felt really
No,
well,
like it
yeah.
and
was like on the inside. You know what I mean?
there's this image that guys have to keep this strong. You know, you can't cry or feel or anything like that, so you bottle everything up, and then eventually that just
Hmm.
all comes out, and it comes out in tons. You know what I mean? Um, gosh, I was gonna make
I'll
another point,
say
but go
this:
ahead.
anybody out there, and I'm same as you, Joe. You know what I mean? In high school, I would have never said that I had anxiety or anything like that. And nowadays, I'm like, oh shit. Sometimes I do feel a certain type of way that I do not enjoy, and it's because of anxiety. But then I look deeper. Is it because of anxiety? Yes, but it's not about the anxiety. It's about why am I having the anxiety is really what you
Hmm.
need to get down to the basis of and figure that stuff out. And
Right.
then that feeling goes away. And also for anybody out there having anxiety, the first thing you can do when you start feeling that is to move. Go work out, move your body, move that energy somewhere else.
Yep.
Like exert it through fucking bench press or doing
Pre
squats or running.
like how I do my dance videos where I'm spazzing, like that's how I get stuff out. Like I was
Yeah.
at the gym the other day and I was about to get off and I'm like, oh, I'm about to get out right at 9. The laundry's, in there about to be good, because usually I have to stay a little later because the laundry gets fucked. So I open the washer and there is the laundry sitting in water. I'm like, fuck, freaking out. Like I was so mad, but I was gonna make some dance videos because I want to do this dance video thing in public places where I just post up the phone and just like spaz,
Yeah.
but
Insanity, no baloney.
and so anyways, yeah, I was mad about the washer, and so I set up the phone while I was washing, and I just let that out. You know what I mean? And it felt so good. And not only that, whatever people think about it, whether it's good or bad of the dancing, like it's a creative outlet as well. You know what I'm saying? Um, so
No,
yeah, but gosh, what I was gonna say is this is the thing. people think that you're not supposed to have anxiety and depression. People think that that's a bad thing. Like that's not supposed to be in you. You're supposed to be happy. You're supposed to be okay. You know what I mean? But that's not the case. That feeling is part of the universe. That's part of yourself. When people resist that, it becomes worse. You know what I mean? You have to be accepting of the feeling. So like what you said with movement, what I like to do is when I find my head spinning a million miles per hour, I catch myself being subconscious and not in the moment, I breathe. But I don't just breathe I breathe my whole body, right? Like it's a whole, you're not just breathing in air. That is your direct connection to the universe. You are breathing in the universe. So you can literally, if you focus, right? Like if you take your hands and go like this, you can feel a ball of energy, right?
Yeah.
And they say if you put your hand over your heart, you can feel a little more intense because of the electromagnetic field around your heart. And so like if you take this ball and then you go like this, you can now feel this energy field around here. You know what I'm saying? And then when you go like this, it feels like you're holding a giant ball. You know what I mean? So anyways, the point being, when I breathe in movements like where I'm breathing my whole body. So if I'm like, you know what I mean? Like a whole body movement, not just a, because some feelings are too intense to just be cured by one little breath. You have to be like, ugh, you know what I mean? You have to get it out. You have to move it out. You know what I mean?
Yes, truly. I think that's so important. And for anybody out there who may be upset about, the idea of that, it's just your ego. When we say that you're identifying with depression and anxiety, just understand that's your pain body that wants to be fed more.
Right.
when you're feeding your body that energy, there's a part in you that is loving that. And when you starve it, it's going to try to make you feed it, if that makes sense.
And here's the thing. If you take antidepressants or whatever, you know what I mean? That's okay. You know what I mean? If it works for you, then all the power to you. You know what I mean? Personally, we just think that there's other remedies that are better, that are more natural, that'll help you better more in the long term. You know what I mean? Help you really heal from the trauma. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was looking to say there.
Yep.
And then if you guys don't mind, I would like to transition into one more topic on my paper. Obviously, we can, if you guys have more, but this is my last topic, and it's fucking ants. All right.
Dude, don't even get me fucking started.
You don't even know what the fuck it's like around here.
No, we might both be dealing with the same thing. Maybe everyone's dealing with this right now.
Is it
but
the sink?
First off,
is it the sink?
Dude, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Dude, I don't know what it is. So the thing is that at first, dude, I was sitting right over here in this fucking chair. And, I look down and there's a trail of them fucking running around being themselves. And I'm like, what the hell? So I stomp them out, I kill every last one of them. Yeah. 5 minutes later, I look down, they're replacements. They're everywhere. And so I go online and I'm like, how do I fight these things? And they're like, if you see one, that means there's probably thousands very close. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right. And so
if you see one, there's thousands.
Thousands of them. Yeah. They travel in packs. And so I'm like, what the fuck? So then they're like, okay, what you need to do is take a spray bottle and mix it with water, soap, and a little bit of glass cleaner. Now, what that's going to do is take away their scent. So when they're walking, they're actually leaving a pheromone that the other ants smell, and they know, oh, let's go this way. It leads us to where we're trying to go. Mm-hmm. So I fucking stomp them out, and then I spray all of that shit everywhere. And as I'm following their trail, right, I'm looking up, and on the post I was reading, it said, and also check your indoor plants. They might be creating a colony in your indoor plants. And right there, I have a hanging indoor plant. And I was like, are you serious? So I go over there, and the indoor plant, I haven't really taken a close look at it. It's now got mold growing on it. And so it's dying. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I grab it and I open it up, or I just like lift it up from the dirt. Thousands of fucking ants inside of our indoor plant, dude. They had made a nest, a colony. So I run over to the sink. I fucking turn on the sink and I drowned them out. I drowned them all out. And then I take the plant and I throw it off my balcony.
Dude, I was literally just gonna say I would have taken that and launched it.
Yeah, and then I dumped all the water out off of my other balcony. And
so all I'm saying is that there's technology out there. You know what I mean? who's to say that these little ants aren't little spies? You know what I mean? We have to take them out. You know what I mean? You have to disintegrate the ants. You know what I mean? I will just
Yeah.
take a paper towel and I will just. There's a line of them that goes
Yeah.
around the like kitchen lining, and I just go zoop straight into the
You
trash.
I get it wet. I get it wet, and
But-
it captures all of them.
But you have to make sure to like. I think like if you keep the kitchen clean and you don't leak, if you just leave a little bit of honey, dude.
No, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dude, I went to make some oatmeal. Some goddamn oatmeal. I put the blueberries and I put the nuts. I put the granola. It's good. And then I get the honey out. I open the cap and there are ants all in that bitch. Just
How are they moving? Were they
just
dead?
walking? Dude, I don't know how they get in there. I close the cap every time I go to get some honey for my oatmeal or my parfaits, I gotta look inside the cap, man. But it only happened that one time. Good thing.
I've been doing it lately too.
I had to start keeping my honey in alternate places just because they're fucking all over it, dude. And I'm like, this is my mad honey. This is my psychedelic honey, bro.
Dude, honey problem, bro. I love honey. I really love honey, and
honey's amazing.
I would love to try some psychedelic honey as well.
Dude, well, when you guys come up, we can all take some of this Himalayan psychedelic mad honey.
You guys ever been to a Cheddar's?
Cheddar's? Checkers?
Cheddar's.
No.
Like the cartoon, but it's not the cartoon. It's an actual restaurant, though, and it's fire. You been to a Cheddar's, Joe?
Yes.
So, dude, Cheddar's, okay, you know how people got the breadsticks, right? You know how people got the bread. Some people come out the salsa and the chips and the guac and the queso. No. Cheddar's brings out croissants with honey on it, coated in honey, and they're warm. And they're just like, you taste it, and it tastes like you're sitting in a real nice and cozy heated blanket. You know what I mean? You're watching some real good, wholesome television with a nice, person. That's what it feels like to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those croissants.
Where is this place?
It's
where are these?
Finley, Ohio. It's a chain in Ohio. But it's really good, dude. They got this spinach artichoke dip. It goes out of this world, man. I'm telling you.
Well,
I'll stand on Cheddar's.
Hey, Cheddar's will stand by you, just like I'm standing with Kanye. But back to the ants. Where are they from? How are they born? What, you know what I mean? Like,
why climb 3 stories when you could probably find just as good of food on the first floor? You don't even got to go to the
trash can.
Yeah. So now I've killed that whole entire colony. You know what I mean? There's some ants that survived the onslaught with a photo of me, and they're just like Rocky themed. It's like hitting a body bag. Like, I'm gonna get that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Body bag.
And I'll be ready for that when that day comes. But now there's, dude, the thing is, we keep a good, clean home. It's not a pigsty in here.
Do you have more plants to check? I wouldn't just check that one plant, because if you check the first plant you see got that many ants, there's another one.
Ryan's gonna have a showdown, a Western showdown with the ants.
Right? And they all form into one cowboy, and they're like, this apartment ain't big enough for the 2 of us.
At some point, I will be making an animation where Ryan and an ant and a cowboy hat steps out in the Wild West.
Dude, I love it. We're just
and they do a duel. Yeah.
Dude, me versus ants, fucking 2023.
But the ant kicks open the saloon door, and Ryan's sitting at the bar with the tall boy.
My God.
Like,
or I'm playing poker, and then I just fucking lay down my cards.
And it's like Star Wars, where you don't know what the ant's really saying. He's just like, and then Ryan's like, "Oh yeah, you want a piece of me? You want a piece of me?"
And they're like, "No, we just wanted to purchase your psychedelic honey." And then I fucking slap the shit out of it. Like, all the ants
Hey, Ryan, do you remember Squirrel Guy?
Squirrel Guy?
Yeah.
How could I forget?
Who's Squirrel Guy? Squirrel Guy.
Squirrel Guy is an alter ego I made high on psychedelic mushrooms at the beach.
Oh.
You don't remember that?
Yeah.
Wait,
That
yes,
so
no,
funny,
it was the one in Boca.
Yeah.
Are we gonna see another reappearance of Squirrel Guy?
Dude, it would be fucking hilarious if you made a graphic of me like this with little squirrel ears. And
dude,
shit.
I know, man. It sucks. Like, dude, literally, all I want to do is like edit stuff for the podcast and like do these little skits and these little things like Squirrel Guy, but
graphics. And stuff.
Hey, you know what? Honestly, like I gotta give her a shout out. Shout out Alexa, because really, without her lending me her iPad, her that was like that gave this kind of some life. I mean, it was able for me to make the logos and everything like that, and the designs. You know what I mean?
You know what?
Bring some
Shout
color.
out Alexa. Thank you,
No,
Alexa.
Alexa's a real one for real, and she lets me use her bike to go to work. Like she really a real one. For real. So appreciate her.
Facts.
But yeah.
Hey guys, well, unless there's anything else on the
Dude, yes. Okay.
All right.
Adult humor. Now hear me out.
Titties, ass, titties.
You're sitting in a room with like you're a high school, right? And then it's like a teacher conference, or who knows, like there's just teachers and adults, and then the rest are kids, right? Some guy stands up there and he says something that no person under 25 gets whatsoever, and then everyone else just like and then everyone's like,
wait, what are you talking about?
you know, adult humor, bro? Like when adults like say some crazy joke they think it's funny, and it's like,
and then are you telling us a real situation where it happened, or just
no, just like the general like idea of it?
Okay,
There was a situation that it happened a while ago, and I was like,
so what are you trying to say about
I want to laugh, but it's not the joke.
But you don't get it.
It's the awkward tension of like,
yeah.
it's like I understand it. It's not that I don't understand it. There's just an energy around like old adult people humor. You know what I mean? It's like corny and cheeky and awkward.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's just like really dirty, like sexual humor. Some people really laugh at that shit because it's funny, and then other people are just laugh because it's so awkward.
Bro, why can't people just like just if someone wants to talk about sex jokes, all power to him. You know, let him do that. Let them
what do you
do
mean?
But people get so mad about like that's inappropriate. That shouldn't be done. Just don't associate yourself with it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think definitely they should be allowed to do it. But if you're gonna do it, you better be good at it. Just like that guy at Spunfest who just fucking was saying the most vulgar shit and just doubled down on it. He was just like, hell yeah.
Dude,
yeah, he's like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go all the way, which I respect. I respect that, you know.
I respect it.
That's how I felt with my tattoos. I'm like, if I'm gonna get a tattoo, I'm not just gonna get a triangle on my back of my hand. All respect to people that have that, you know what I mean, and all that. But I wanted to get like a piece, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, I was like ready to get a neck tat tomorrow. Like, you know what I mean? But
tomorrow?
Yeah, but it was a flash sale, and then they won't do my design because I got to pick one of their shitty designs. I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah, Butler's just ready whenever you are at this point.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? No, it's gonna be funny because I really, whether Ryan thinks it or not, you know what I mean? I know he wants to, we've had this conversation, but it's gonna come a point in time when Ryan's got no ink, and he's sitting with the room with us and Butler, and he's like, man, this is where
right.
You know,
and we're all like,
we all knew, and I'm just like,
this is so
I'm
cool.
just like,
yeah.
No, we're not trying to flex our tattoos. No. We're just saying like
I'm gonna get a tat. I was serious. Like I was like ready to go tomorrow and get a neck tat.
369, right? 369.
No, a different.
Am Durifine. Come on, baby, sing it to me one more time.
Dude, see, that's the reason I'm not getting that tattoo, because I will not have you sing that to me every time you say it.
Good. I'm happy. I'm happy we came to that consensus.
But no, I'm gonna get something else on my neck.
You're gonna get it right here, dude? Oh my God! Remember Will? You're gonna get it right here. Remember Will? Will had the third eye right here. Oh, or that guy with the ship store. Will, we lived with him. He lived in this room with Joe.
Oh yeah, Will. Yeah.
He's real spiritual though. Honestly, he would probably be someone cool to have on More Growth for an episode because he really gets into that. But dude, remember Ink Master? The guy, that one guy with the huge eye on his neck. You know that was hard. That was pretty sick. I would never do that in a million years, but it was sick to look at.
A million? Come on, I do it my next.
I would do it in the 1,000,001th though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But no, Ink Master was really laid the grounds. Like I was so hyped to get tattoos when we were in our peak of watching Ink Master.
Dude, you could do anything and add reality drama to it, and it makes it so much better.
Seriously.
If it was like a professional show where they're like really like making tattoos and like talking serious, you know what I mean? It'd be like, that's some cool work. But the fact that they're talking shit, they're hanging up on each other. There's a good artist and the bad artist, you know, it's so funny.
Dude, how do you think you feel like you just got like a big piece, right? And they're like, yeah, the eyes are crooked and like all the shading's bad. And you're just up there like, hell yeah.
Well, the thing is, too, it's like before the show, I'm like, well, they're all good artists. Like they're all gonna, you know what I mean? Put some like the worst work is probably good work, but there's some work that's bad.
And you know why?
Remember the one
You
with
know
the
why
on
that
the
is?
back? With
Yeah,
the
he
red?
gave him a tramp stamp right onto his butt cheek too.
It was like this red demon looking.
Yeah, on this
Ugh.
guy's
Yeah,
fucking the
that's-
top of his butt crack. But you know why some of that work comes out like that, Nick? I'm sure if they didn't have the time crunch, if they didn't have the pressure of fucking $1 million, whatever it is, if they didn't have the pressure of people coming in and looking at him and going, you know what I mean? If they didn't have that pressure,
Right.
no doubt would their tattoos be fucking amazing. It's
Yeah.
it's the guys who can deal with that pressure of the show, of the competition, of the money, of all that stuff. And that's just like with anything. I mean, you can be pretty good at anything, you know what I mean? But the people who make it to the big leagues, those motherfuckers can deal with the pressure, the stress, the hate, all that.
Yes, absolutely. What was the okay? So the one of the last seasons we watched, Scott won, right? Like the asshole, but he was good. Like he was good. Like he could not be stopped. He just kept winning. And then what was the other guy's name that like he kept?
He was the short bald guy. with
Yeah.
the-
Sausage. Sausage.
Yeah.
Sausage. Yeah, sausage.
Sausage.
Anyways,
He was
dude, I
killing it.
thought it was funny because it felt like they were building it up to where like Scott's been picking on Sausage, and Sausage is gonna come from the grave and take the throne of
Yeah.
Ink Master. So it's Sausage and Scott at the end of it all, right? And right when you think he's gonna do it, they're like, Scott wins. It's just like a big fuck you.
That's a
Fuck you,
sausage.
sausage.
And you know, I think Scott's dead now though. So
But
He is. Rest in peace.
gentlemen, my
Yeah, rest in
phone
peace, Scott.
is about to die, so
hey, we
am
hit
gonna
that
have to
with
get
that
off
1
here.
hour mark.
Yeah, boys, this was super fun. Again, I love doing episodes with you guys, but also we love our guests too, and it's always so fun. But seriously, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. This has been the More Podcast. I'm Ryan Mosier
I'm
Yo,
Nicholas
Money.
Manus.
and Joe Money. All right. Thank you so much for being a part of More, and we'll see you next time.
Love you guys.
Love.